start with any changes or additions to the agenda. Okay, and I'll just note that we should have Heather remotely. Okay. Yeah, we have one, but she's not complicated. Okay, so we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. So we have two. I'll keep them together until somebody tells me otherwise. So I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of January 2nd and January 17th. Sure. Okay, Beth moves. Is there a second? I'll need seconds. Okay. Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye. 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 Yes, so 4-0 for approval. Okay, public participation. A lot of public participation on the list, sir. But that's good what to do. Okay. Okay, so administrative report. The report itself is not very lengthy. So I wanted to start with some good pictures. Yeah, we've had a lot of really great things happening this last month between winter activities. It's been wonderful. And we had the Camp Legal event that was amazing. We released hats off to Alina and TSC for really spearheading and putting that together. It was incredible. You see Mike Foley there in that picture singing. There's kiddos reading in a sense, and Tina was like, let's just this going in and let the canoe in here that following week. Yeah, we walked into it. Yeah, yeah. It never felt overcrowded, nor did it ever feel empty related. So that's really cool. It was really great. There was grown-ups, there was kids. It was just really nicely put together. And our hope is that everyone took something. Yeah, enjoyed some products. Very good. It's good.
It was. I really like. I loved that dot night, the author night. But one thing that was really fun about this was that there were like different spaces throughout the building, which allowed for that like really special thing that happens in a town like Hartland, which is like kids can have a little bit of independence. They can come. They don't have to be like directly with mom and dad. But they're at community events. They can be separate. And I think that's like just a really special thing. And when they're with movement through the building, for greater vision and safety.
Statements of purified.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah, really, really well. And Winter City we have tomorrow, next week for break, and then the following Wednesday, because it's Sunday right from the beginning. So we've got 3 more tomorrow, 1 more for break, and then Wednesday after break, left for winter activities. We have had the most years that we've ever had, which has been fantastic. I've had so many parents. They're so thankful that they have been able to now not only have their student be during the week on Wednesday, but then have the ability and one. And so that's off and thank you to the board for really supporting that for all of our students. I think it speaks to Nikki when I know you several times trying to build these members, and that's truly what it's doing because people aren't just going on and say it's really opening their scope and wanting to go spend their own free time, which time is a precious thing for us all, spending their own free time up in the mountains, which is incredible. So thank you to the board for really supporting that. And Wes, over to you.
Okay. So Stephen and I had conflicting, but I think they're both had like we're good. I think memory is just like the idea of like a new year and everyone kind of remembering like what was great last year, what we could repeat, and what wasn't so great last year. And we can like how we learn and continue on. And just kind of like I know it's not technically the like second half of the school year until like February, but like kind of feels like the second half. So everyone's kind of like, oh, we're getting there, so it's. Remember all the good times and try to continue them. But still fresh starts and like once we get back to break, like all the not so great feelings of kind of time to like dissipate a little bit and everyone will like continue seeing one big happy family and just yeah, the opportunity to do that. General news.
So, but memories and fresh starts, good play with memory.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
I need to. Exactly. It's like we're lost. Memories and fresh starts.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. You nailed it. The musical this year is SpongeBob, which and you're looking at yeah. We're all a little like when we started, but the music is really good, and obviously whatever it is. I didn't even realize that was existed. Yeah, no, I didn't even know. Yeah. I thought that she was like sending out a prank email. But obviously whenever you know, I mean, it's amazing. So it's just so much fun. And then obviously winter activities, like just so much fun. And everyone was really happy to hear them having moved out. And just in general, just awesome. I was thinking we like it's like we like 1 hour one or whatever. I think that's going really well. I think that was really good. Whatever. And the middle school had the field trip on Friday. I believe it's to the Lebanon Opera House. To see like a Claremont. Okay. I would treat that yeah. To see a Black History musical performance. Kind of just obviously invited by full straight up. Oh really? Oh awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, so that.
Oh, there's other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then this like grade of the month was a fifth grade. So best thing that happened in January, winter activities, which is astounding, I guess. And then Miss B had a puppy. Actually, she had two puppies, and lots of people said seeing the puppies. One person said hearing about people seeing the puppy. So
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah. Yes, lots of puppy love. And then the most looking forward to in February, I don't know if it was communicated like school wise, but lots of people said like out of school activities. So I was just like, I guess February, right? That's what they mean. But someone was like,
Relatable.
they're like, I really love school, but it's nice to have days off. And I was like, okay. And then January, one word, snowy and tiring. I mean, yeah.
The sun didn't come out.
And then 100% of the people said yes, they're yeah.
Some upcoming events. Tomorrow, winter activities. Valentine's Day is our winter activities, and we have a lot of events all in one day on the 16th. We have the Heart Awards for those students that are receiving a Heart Award on the 16th. We have one on the 16th. We have a wrap up on the 16th. Oh, and the exam, we can show put on exam at Damon Hall, not here on campus. But the UTO, it's a I think it's a restaurant at Damon Hall.
All the flyers.
That's it. It's the rec center there. Yep. At the rec center, which will be fun. They have a DJ, which is oh yeah, they've got decorations in there. They were just showing up before we came in. Should be a great time. Lots of fun.
Okay, my report, I linked it, but it doesn't look like I did. I will link it from last month, and I'm just really gonna report out on updated information about the budgeting process. So last Thursday, I was at a Vermont Superintendent all-member meeting. We heard from Representative Emily Kornheiser. The legislature is considering removing the 5% pre-CLA tax cap for all schools, which is a little bit of a surprise since, of course, many districts have already passed their budgets, they're warned, ballots are printed. And from what I heard, she said that boards will have to decide whether they want to proceed with the current budget the budget for the warrant or the open budgets to make decisions. I don't have anything in writing yet, and there's a big meeting today, which you will get an email, with lots of, list, information. And the meeting today was, started at 1:15 and ended at about 3:45. It's a long one. So I don't know what it means yet.
Can you say what that would mean for us with that like 9.9
Sure.
increase?
It would mean, well, of course, it's super complicated, but I'll do my best to explain what I can understand about it. The 5% cap was a transition mechanism put in place to ease the drastic tax increases in districts that were not going to benefit from the long-term weighted average changes. But it also has something to do with tax capacity as a district. And so one of those links has a list of schools that will get some relief because they're going to target schools that are impacted the most. And that will mean that in the first year of this 5-year transition period, you'll get some districts will get a certain amount of cents off their tax rate. So I briefly looked before coming here, probably what's on the list, Weathersfield was on the list, and Windsor was on the list. I don't think that, yeah, in Windsor on the list. So we're going to get a little bit off, but
Off of the like 9.9. Like they got rid of the tax.
they will cap your tax rates going to these.
It's gonna be
Well, because it's capped at 5% PCL increase, and so when you remove the cap, you don't have that buffer or whatever you want to call it. So your tax rate goes up pretty significantly.
and it goes up by if what's like is what we sort of decided last week is that or last meeting the relationship between the school budget increase and the tax increase is sort of negligible because of the 5% cap that we were able to remain beneath. Nothing about the budget really impacted the tax rate.
Correct.
Is that I presume would be different than your 5%.
Yeah, would be different. So, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not an alarmist at all, so yeah. I mean, I think we need to wait, I mean, this has to go through the legislature before it's changed officially. And then we will have to do it. And our meeting's not next week, so yeah, I think your budget meeting is next week. Yeah. So I think tonight, I mean, we'll be prepared, based on what we do, presentation. Right, and I think we should go through it. Most of it stands. It will just be I think largely regardless of what legislature decides, I think similar, but the next numbers. Let's see what's the next. And you'll have to think about what your community told it.
In listening to the meeting, how are also how are other schools dealing with the
Everybody is from what I took away from the testify last week. Many of us are all in the same boat. And some people are going to benefit, and some people not. We're kind of in the middle. So yeah. But if the cap goes away and the tax rate increases, then you know it looks like you might benefit from a little bit from the spending mechanism, but you won't have that. It's not like the numbers.
Feeling
And you know what?
right.
Yes. Yeah. And it's already. And it looks like it means we get you down to a tolerable tax rate. I mean, it's in the best. Presentation. We'll come back to it if we need to. I don't know what else to do, so wait until we do it. Yeah.
I just feel
It just feels so late in the game. It's
so late in the game. You got on the screen. It's so small to begin with.
Yeah.
That it's unfathomable at this point.
So we'll let me.
So Nikki is an alarmist.
I'm like, I'm in the sand. I'm so like,
usually, and I'll just say this, like, in previous years, I had an emotional reaction to budget and feeling like personally responsible. This year is so far out of whack and so
Out of our hands.
out of our hands and unattainable.
Yeah, and there's drivers. I mean, to fund the ed fund, you're gonna have to think about ways to do that, but there are additional things coming out of the ed fund right now, such as meals, the PCV litigation. We know that it was decided that the surplus hazard funds would be more time put into the ed fund to lower the rate and you have to recover from that, right? So our initial right, that's happened. So there's a lot of factors in play, but there's often things in our budget we can't control. Right. So.
Yeah, so we'll walk through what this is.
Yep.
And at this point today. So to start with, I outlined what the articles are right now. So would you want me to read through them? I'm happy to.
No.
Okay, so I took them right from the out. So
Unless anybody else.
no, okay. Well, there are 6 of them. To then move on to direction, and this is the same image that I know that you have utilized and used as talking point the last few years. Is this one like, okay, beautiful. So I will keep that as it is.
Yep.
And then shifting to talking about portion of our graduate, which that we make all our decisions here. And the goals from there and from our strategic plan, goal 1 being student success and engagement. Goal 2, information, communication, and engagement with student levels. So then in the following slides, I'll go through some specifics on each of those goals. First one being student success and engagement, and here on the
It's the morning news. Today is Monday, January 29th, and I am sitting here with my co-hosts, Finnegan and Miles. And what is for lunch today?
Hot ham, cheese croissant, and there is potato salad with a pickle.
That sounds delish.
Today is National Puzzle Day. What's National Puzzle Day?
Each year on the 29th of January is National Puzzle Day. It's a day to exercise your brains by doing crosswords, Sudokus. What are other puzzles that you could do? What do you think? What kind of puzzles do you do?
We do space puzzles, fire truck puzzles,
Like jigsaw puzzles?
puzzles,
Yeah. Those are fun. So do a puzzle today and exercise your brain.
basketball central, 3-5 boys away games,
At Ottaquiche at 4:30.
middle school girls practice,
At 3:30.
middle school boys home games.
Hartland A is at 5:30 and Hartland B is at 6:30. That's it for the morning news today. Remember to have a great day and exercise your brain. Thank you to Miles and Finnegan for helping with the morning news today.
I thought that was a good one. It was funny. And so here, when we're at town meeting, I highlight the work that students and staff are doing and putting this down. Yeah, this is really huge and a massive shout out to the team again. For taking this on and running with it. She has done such an incredible job. Yeah, doing this with kids. So that's one way. Additionally, right here, there's a picture of a student every month. We celebrate students, teachers nominate them for awards. And if you take a moment, invite families in, we have a nice celebration where we're really recognizing the students that are working. The second goal is around information and communication. So I put some text on here around how we try to do that. The Wildcat Weekly being one of them, classroom newsletters, social media, Facebook, things like that. We try to put, this year we've adding things on the Paso largely, like the fun, cool pictures that are happening from day to day. I'll try to put on there. And we also put as much as we can on our website as well. We do community dinners. We've done 4, or will do 4 throughout the course of the year. And I'll talk a little bit more in the next slide. Some of those community dinners, as well as some Title I sponsored events and Next slide, I'll talk about Camp Read Aloud, which is one of our Title I events, which was really geared towards students in grades K through 3. I included some pictures down at the bottom of the event. The intention was to focus on different aspects of foundational reading skills. Events here was a huge hit. And there were some info sessions for parents where Tina really spoke about the importance of reading for families. So not only was this information for students, but also for adults as well. Heather, yes.
I just want to let you know that Camp Read a Lot was amazing. And I loved it, and Russell loved it, and it was so well done. The decorations, the like whole theme, it was perfect and beautiful and wonderful. And I would keep telling everyone about it, and they're like, we need to figure out how we can do a Camp Read a Lot. I'm just waiting for now a Camp Math a Lot.
There you go, Heather. I love that. And the third being culture and student wellness. So I highlighted a few things, two of which on this slide, one being winter activities, which takes place through beginning of January through February break. And then I anticipate during town meeting, we can highlight how much fun students have had. You know, some of the things that maybe aren't necessarily on here, we can highlight the enjoyment of students, the way that it gives staff an opportunity to really build a relationship outside of the walls of the classroom with students, which is a huge benefit. There are other districts around the state that I know do winter activities, but do it a different way where staff actually doesn't go with them, which I think the way we do it by having staff go really gives an opportunity to get to this one that is not during a direct instruction. We do Wildcat wrap-ups. We're doing them every Friday, but as a whole staff, we decided that it would be best to do just because it was quite a lot of happening on Friday, and so we all took a little vision of it twice a month, which has worked out. Lunch with a loved one, which is one of two of the community dinners that we do. Those are during this time. We did one in November around Thanksgiving holiday. And then another one that's coming up in February 16th, which is before we go on break. And I wanted to highlight some of the concerts. We've already done one 4th through 8th grade band and chorus concert that was really well attended. It was a packed house. It was an amazing night. There is more to come for our K to 3 students as well. So I wanted to make sure to include that. But it was a really great evening. We are lucky to have two really incredibly talented band and voice teachers, both Jamie and Mike, are really wonderful people and incredible educators. And then shifting to community, some examples of the ways in which that we get students, special education for those that qualify. We are Hope clinicians, HRS clinicians as well as state counselors. With algebra for 8th grade students at State-Based Academy High School. And previous for all students. So just a few of the ways that we work really hard to meet the needs of kiddos. Something, and let's say that picture here. If you want me, if you don't want me to put a picture, I can take it off. Yeah, she's like, whoa, so what's new this year? We included the student on the board for that. This year, we've been really intentional about creating more engaging title events, and we have worked on and continue to work on family and community engagement with respect to the possibility of we were just at the PTO meeting, and they are fully on board with doing what they can as well to really help with the support adding this, which is fantastic. In the funding sources that we have, local taxes, state Vermont Education Fund, private grants, PTO, donations to family and teachers, community members, as well as volunteers. And then Christine, these are largely the language I took from last year. So I think this was the point last year where you took over during town meeting, is that right? And went through some of the SU related things. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So those are the areas that our SU assessments go through. And then we get into fiscal year 2025. So we talked about student enrollment, high school class budget goals, changes, proposed budget, SU, and then tax rates. And so for the last 4 school years, and this is K through 12, not just K through 8. High school tuition costs, I thought it would be important not only to highlight the percentage difference, but also the total dollar amount difference. Because just that alone is a pretty increase just in high school tuition costs right now, about $398,000.
And is it still 30%?
I believe so, about 30%. I put that in there. I
Yeah.
just confirmed that.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
was,
yeah.
but,
Oh,
I just want to verify. Those are the numbers we used last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I had a question from the community member asking, so if there are tuition costs raised with students.
Oh, fascinating. And the tuition rates are set for next year. Yeah. And will the tuition be impacted by building costs?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they have-
On.
Well, no, they have to together the tuition costs have to be approved by the state, right? It's run through. I think they do. Yeah, and, yeah. I think the state has to. So they can't be like, oh, we're just gonna charge, we're gonna double it. We're gonna double it, yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
will say that there have been some increases, in high school tuition. I think Springfield is at, middle level. They jumped significant amount.
Yeah, and did Alfred change significantly? I know they're.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's here. Anybody?
Yeah, great.
What's the small data, if you want, or not the state, but like,
Teen education.
like ask someone who might be looking at the times, like, what's the.
State average.
Yeah.
Ed gave you that number,
Like 18,000.
That's what I meant. I wasn't sure if that changes based on.
for, like, so that.
It's good. I mean, it could have this if they get a approved rate, but. It's probably not significant.
How many kids you go to?
It's not one of the extent, they're a small number last year. I think they're four. They did pretty small. At this point in time, we anticipate either 0 or they're smaller, but there's still time for that to change. Okay. And the goals of the budget, to maintain a staffing plan for studies that supports a whole child intellectual resources. As well as to bring forth a budget that is responsible, but additionally, standards. So some of the changes that you'll see on the right-hand side, that's depicted in the budget, is the addition of the construction of the playground. And I wanted to make sure to point out that it is 25 plus year old, and not existing. So that we did for it to clean up. And section 9. Yep. 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 I can do that. Caution tape. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Wait, is 25 years like when it was built or when they changed it from like the rubber stamp to graduate?
Did you have that later? Or the?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I have the ship. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and the ship was gone.
Was it all like tires and like, grandma's tire?
They like moved to the red.
Was it ship of the week?
No,
There's a ship.
maybe it wasn't a ship. Maybe it was just this like giant. It was a ship. We went through all this a year ago. It was not a ship. It was just like a really, really giant structure. Like right out, like it was like right outside Mr. Hallsworth's class. I don't know, like right at that little hill where there was like a big wooden structure. That is no longer.
So in addition to that, we added the 2.0 full-time educator classroom teacher positions. And that wouldn't be additional bodies. That is just those bodies currently are as funded. That's what.
You also put them up there that we decrease the teacher position. I don't think we should.
Yeah, in the prior year in preparation for this.
I what I'll do in going back and getting ready with the street size. Goals is one slide, and you'll make changes. Slide, that makes sense, please. Yep.
And I've gotten a lot of questions. In this. Sorry, that's not-
It's not from both. Yeah, a lot of questions. Okay, so then maybe what we should do is outline, do you think town meeting would be the time, right? Have that line on there. Yeah, yeah, I made it up today.
Coach, well, let me think, instruction approach for teachers.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I said that they have curriculum and teach the curriculum and help with universal teacher learning and how to differentiate the curriculum and then work it. What structures for the work best, yeah.
They do like mentoring for the teacher. So it's like that.
Yeah, and you think about it in theory, if you have locations, you're building like universal instruction, so in theory, you know, your lesson for the chance. But you're one instruction.
and that's, so I'm getting ready for town meeting, I'll make this two separate slides, both in one slide. Changes to another, or put some language in the slide around. We intend to put this up. And I wanted to, this is from a board meeting a couple months ago, but I thought it would be to bring back and highlight education quality standards and give the exact language brought to us, where it says classes in grades K through 3, when taken together, shall average fewer than 20 students per teacher. In grades 4 to 12, when taken together, classes shall have fewer than 25 students per teacher. The next slide goes into the. Sorry. We say education quality standards are current, but I think the new, I mean, have it, yeah, but they're trying to revise. Take you through the whole. Yep.
You know, like for like, let's say increase. But the total you should increase from 24 to 25. Which the high school tuition increase 5.
Was a large amount, I mean,
Yes,
the almost 400,000.
yes.
It's
The rates, that's the whole thing, like,
It's the tuition rates, how many kids are graduating, how many kids are sending, right? So the numbers fluctuate,
you know,
like sending more than graduate.
If you have an edge look at that, I think that makes sense.
They're very little, by a few students. But it's also like those are raising rates, the same rate like every other school in the state.
Yeah.
Why we have a mix of students starting. One thing maybe just to correct, and maybe it's just how I'm reading it, but where it says 30% of our students in high school, it makes it sound like 30% of kids graduate eighth grade go on to high school. Like not like great. Marketing. Are like, I don't know what, but big stuff is represent 30% of the students in any year.
And so then thinking about the new education quality standards, I broke down by grade for you as of 3rd February, and at this point, I don't anticipate this under changing, but who's to know?
Here's what parentheses, how many teachers we have, like, so
Third grade. Yep.
yeah, average that is that, like, really class teachers. Yeah, like 6 and 8, that's it. So it's 5, that'd be 5, which is not 3 or so, yeah, and it's.
Super that's discrepancy.
That's that little problem. Yeah. One in the first grade, yep, since. It's like they double and blue. It's just supposed to this. They're all.
And so then this is proposed budget as it's right now, broken down from last few fiscal years, the categories and dollars. Last year, but
Yeah, I'm still not understanding. Oh, it's going up. Or
you'll need to point out the now. Yeah, there's the question and answer for the playground.
Well, you answered the question about education. It's not making sense to you. Why it's such a large increase?
it's only gone up 10 and then 70,000 and then 300,000. And then, just seems that such seems like a big jump. I've been looking at numbers all day.
Oh, that for jumps.
Well,
I think that's
is these expenditures.
How about you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It couldn't, like the sound isn't as great as it usually is. Did I miss the part on why capital equipment is,
Playground.
300? Oh, the playground. Okay. Got it. How much were we originally going to put in for the playground?
These 240, she's somewhere right around to go back to somewhere. 260. Yes, and then I feel like 30 or 40 of, yeah. I mean, I think it's planning to, but it's fine to buy.
Right, so we kept, wait, I'm sorry, I know we've got this, so again, kept that playground 230 in the budget. With the article stating to take up to 75 out of capital reserves and a plan to seek grant money. And if we were to appear like we were going over budget for playground, we could do it in a staged fashion if it were necessary. So we're not like, it's not like it's going to be like, oh, the thing is demolished and we can do a choice to total budget. Like we've got to make a stratification of the budget. Okay. In case that, like, I could imagine that. Yeah. Well, this like skip, like I think it would be helpful for people to know that we were given stage plans. Like we don't have to be exercise equipment in the app, which sounds lovely, but like it could be, there are things that can wait and still have a great program.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so. It does not speak. Yeah, very good. And the next one is the assessment. That we are making to Bessie for the last few fiscal years, and it goes into development.
Give them gets to see us, so you can do assessment stuff.
Assessments are special food service, yeah, the assessment.
Oh, okay.
And then this is the last slide that I have. Potentially left blank for now. There are some question marks up in the air, so at this point, I is blank, and that's the last one. For now.
Your balance your Yeah, because they remove stuff from us. I would like, yes. Graphic, but they like the what you said. It's so big. Oh, yeah, so, it was the one that, it was their tax rate and CLA, we're gonna do a slide. of both.
Yeah, because I kind of want to see our budget.
Tax rate.
No, I want to look at the budget itself, because I feel like we held our budget steady. And now. Like,
So you wanna see the actual,
well, because like, we didn't increase very much for 3 years, and
Right.
now,
oh, so over time. we wanna see-
Yeah.
I think that's great.
yeah. And I'd like to go back more than, like, I'd like to go back to.
That said, when you.
It's been your budget over. Yeah,
Fine, you have to share it, I don't have it graph yet, but.
oh, yeah, I'd like to share,
But if you have it in Excel, it'd be different.
yeah.
That's all.
I just share it with you to.
Shoot.
It has all the.
I mean, your CLA is lasted. Wow. Gone down.
Yes.
2015 with the program seven. That's this year.
So this is.
Well, I mean, the budget, dollar wise, it is increasing by what? $1,100.
Yeah.
Some of it's healthcare, some of it's like the budget, some of it's your assessments, some of it's for effective wages, just very few things within our control. Well, and some of it's positions. I mean, we have 2 master positions and then this one, we have, there's 3 teachers. Yeah. So. That's probably on average with benefits, the other email salary schedule. That's our time. Yeah. Yeah, our benefits. Yeah, that's a perfect.
Yeah. You're looking for long term.
Nikki, you're thinking that this sort of demonstrate, there's a way to kind of demonstrate like the board has kept costs very controlled for many years, but you know, it's sort of now time to make some changes that we can happen.
Yeah.
It's just that people don't feel like it's like, oh, every single year it goes up, but instead of saying, we've really tried to control.
We really did try to control costs.
Yeah.
Yes, we've gone up 34% in 10 years.
Yeah, we got to say,
And how many years has been?
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
My grocery bill would make you think that that was kind of issue.
Yeah. It's increased 3% a year. Oh, we're still up to 10 years. Yeah. So that's not a.
Right.
Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean, some of it is like that costs more money. Yeah, but it's-
Right.
But it's good.
Because it's like, did anybody
Shortage.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something about. No, managers. Pretty much the top 40 of the state.
So average cost of living increase over the last 10 years was 6%. So pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is our tax rate? Oh, the no county. No.
And Nikki, have you heard of any, like, any, you know, effort to argue the CLA?
I asked. She said she wasn't. I just doesn't make sense to me how you can suck money out of houses that already can't. Like, what is the point of the CLI? If most of the community can't afford their taxes anyway. They're all living in houses that can afford to live. So. I don't understand. So. So what decisions are movements we need to do with this right now? Yeah. Yeah.
And then, the same, like, hear anything official on, like, where would you? On special meeting.
You know, one thing that when it comes to the budget, you know, depending, we can make those decisions at the special meeting, but I think that in the current situation, in order for us to decrease the budget, it is, but yeah, I said, so,
I mean, if we, what would it look like if we didn't have those three positions? And we didn't do, the only thing that I feel like we have to work on the line are those three positions, like. So I don't feel like we have to go over. No, what I'm saying, if, what does it look like if we took those three, those.
Right, and we talked about this, in the current system, it's a 5%. It doesn't make a difference. You get rid of those 4, say, 3 positions in playground, and you're still at 5%. If the 5% goes away, it may be a different discussion. And so that's when we'll have to look at it and see if it's like, and it may just be that, like, even if the playground doesn't make a big difference financially, it may be that emotionally, it's not the year. If there is this unfortunate big increase in the property tax rate, people are gonna come in a little hot, and it may not be the time to say, you know, again, I'm not on the listserv, which I need to get on it. I don't think better, but I know people on it, and so it sounds like there's a lot of like, yeah, Brill, you know, and it's like, what's Brill? But people will come in thinking like play is Brill, you know, so maybe that's what we have to.
I mean, the strange thing about it is you're gonna have to cut significantly more than your current size base to get to the next one, because
Lower.
Yeah, we'd have to have a.
And so it may be that if they get rid of the 5%,
Just not.
that may be what we have to show. It's just that, yeah. And if they keep the 5%, I think again, just restating that there's nothing that we could do in the school budget to change the tax increase. I think that has to be really like.
in that meeting, we said that last slide. That's right, and that's where we have a lot of.
Yeah.
Depending on. No, that's the percentage increase.
Wait, can you say this?
yeah, it's all expected
now. We're near 50%.
Yeah, like, how do we, like.
when you're on the list, you're gonna get a little bit of history back on the.
11, so it's 45.
I don't like. I can't afford something that.
And you're getting that because the percent change, so I'm looking at the whole, this one cert tax rate, it's without the cap. Without, you don't have 2.7. Otherwise it goes to 2.2.
This is what.
if they don't change.
So this I feel like is what the whole like Andrea Ambrose mentioned something to like to keep it. She was like, the 0.42 cents, the decimal place was wrong. But she was saying it's not thousands of dollars on people's property, it's hundreds. But it's not on property value.
Right, yeah.
But no, it's thousands. But I was remembering that chart that Ed showed us. Like it was sort of thousands.
Yeah.
If it's a hundred.
That's where I messed under the email and said about that.
Okay.
Yeah, Heather.
I'm sorry. I have to go to my I have to teach my SAT prep class now.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
I'm sorry. Lindsay, I did look at your thing beforehand, and I think it looks great. And if there's anything else you need, I'm here. Well, not really anymore, but anyways, Christine, I will see you on Thursday. I hope you're making me cookies.
I will make sure you have cookies somewhere.
Okay. See you later. Bye. Thank you. Sorry, I gotta go.
The only thing that you might think about highlighting when you get to well-being highlights,
Yeah,
that is a big cost in our budget.
and it's mental health. And that's, I mean, that's one of the things that Rebecca Holtman, highlighted is driving statewide cost. And we are a community health center and we have a nursing division and a half to provide health care to, and we have with populations, we have social interventionists, really. But that's what the needs are in the school, right? So it's been worth, so, yeah, that's cost money. And like, we are hoping that, we make a mistake, it's just preliminary.
I think like, and also like I said, like how many students are accessing it? Oh, is there a reading list? Like this is like, and this is right up like right there. So, that just demonstrates it.
Yeah.
What happens if the budget doesn't ever pass?
Well, if it doesn't, I mean, if you come back to the hour board, if it doesn't pass by the city day, I think it's June first, you which would be, right. That would be coming.
Sending down the school. If they were level funded,
No, it would require to. Like, I mean,
it would be $1,000.
that's draconian.
Well, would that even keep us within the policy? That's what I'm saying. And so if we're still stay within the policy there. The university actually goes to follow. You start with the end. Yeah. One more year, sorry.
Just like, I don't see a light thing. I don't understand.
You can't control it when it doesn't act about it.
And it makes it even worse for the no cap because it's a multiplier on every.
I know. State wise.
I mean, they're gonna know.
I know they can. And I think it's very well. Oh, I think people just shut up.
The problem is that's not what people, I mean, you have to have like, you have to understand a lot to know that that's the issue, right? It seems like the anger is gonna be like flatlanders, you know what I mean? Like the anger is gonna be like people who moved in.
Right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it's,
They've got to do things. Like, is Elizabeth second?
Oh, this was right under. Yeah. I sent them all of us the email.
Can these, so like these presentations, is there an opportunity to sort of explain to people, this is what will happen if it doesn't pass? Like, is that something that we could be doing? So people know, like with a slide or just say it?
No, I think we need to present like alternatives.
Right, like if the budget does not pass today, this will be the operating budget the school has, which will require,
You have to do that.
I think people need to know that.
People have to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll come back with another budget, you know,
Because you could vote at least couple that fails the first, you vote at least one. Just time wise, at least one, if not more, than one more.
But people also have to understand that if they put the budget down, our taxes are still going up 40%.
Right.
Yeah.
and to get actually, the state did not actually put that as a question. Rates.
Oh,
So they just said that.
Oh, okay.
Stock is gonna be very premier in a couple years. $30,000 a year to pay for the.
Okay, Patrick, next time.
They have a lot of kids though. Because
They jumped in CLA. And they're looking for schools.
Well, yeah, we were just talking about whether with the new building, how much that would offset to out of towners.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Now, okay, so all of us need to email somebody. So I would be like,
You're gonna.
we, you know, what, it seems like maybe they could keep the cap for towns that have a CLA under 0.8. Or limit tax increases to 40%. I don't know.
I think it would be, it's important for you to reach out to legislators. Is going to go through. It's a huge deal. I mean, it has to pass, right? That's the other concern of the question.
What are they doing within like days?
They're gonna rush it through, yeah.
why are they doing this?
Get more money from towns.
Because the tax cap is law, like it's in statute, so they have to change that.
Why are they wanting to change it?
To get more money from
Because,
towns, right?
They want
They're
to
falling outside of their budget.
They didn't anticipate. So the costs are, you know, there was a letter that we sent. Okay, yeah, basically said, should not be having your budget.
We didn't have our budget. No, that's the thing. It would have been great if we had it this
I know.
because then we'd be like, oh.
I don't think it was good.
I mean, I can't imagine that they would, in the way that we approach our budget. They, anybody could.
The following year, well, I mean, if you have deferred maintenance on your building, and you work this currently leaking, you might put
Right.
money in your budget.
I mean, I feel like we try to do like one thing every year. Otherwise, there's never any. I agree. We just have a backlog of projects that need to be done. And say, we wish we could do this. I'm sure that's across the state.
So I think we'll hear by the end of the week.
So should we prepare next week? So before anybody goes home, we'll sit on the computers and. I think the entire board of
We have any period breaks that work this week, or if we have to do. I know, and it can be, I mean, we can be remote only if we allow. If we do. I mean. It's better to have. It's nice the weather to the morning. Thursday.
Okay, we have other stuff on the. Oh, it's just the winter activity. Okay. Okay. So I think. I don't know, we can choose, three of us have computers, we can send an email now. In public or we can. Okay. Okay, so, we don't have any motions except for we're looking at having another meeting on Thursday of next week. Just for- Okay, setting the next agenda. The March agenda will be a reorganization. We need reorganization, which is a big one. You told me for recovery. I'm gonna go up for conference. Often. So we need a reorg, and I feel like I don't really.
I thought people were the administrative report. There's
Reorganization, yeah, that's the first thing. And then. I don't know, I can't think past,
Can we just do the admin report and we can go to the
admin report and debrief. Yeah, I think, because I really am.
Because then we'll know what the costs are by then.
Yeah.
As for the year.
Yeah, reset. A debrief and reset. Yeah, yes, well, raise the pressure. Okay, with that, I think I'll take a motion to go now. Okay, Beth moves to adjourn and Robert, no, I'm like Colleen. Second.
Oh,
Sorry. Colleen should choose. She needs to get her name in as much as possible.
yeah, and especially the final adjournment.
Yeah, okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.